Hi folks, I'll do this one for beginners, so I'll just wait for that to settle down. Right. What's that? That's better. Okay, right, but for beginners I'll try to explain some more stuff. I wonder why that's where you want the focus. Go there. I'm using a piece of paper that you're more likely to be using as a beginner. It's Bockingford 140 or 300 grams. It's cold press paper, pretty standard. Now I'm always doing wet in wet watercolours. Doesn't mean to say that the paper has to stay wet all through the painting. What I do is to give the paper a nice wet and then apply some washes. I've no idea what I'll do there. Now the paper will expand. No need to stretch it, no need to panic. While that's expanding, I'll just get my paints out of this Ziploc bag. It's on a piece of toweling that's I keep quite damp. Saves a lot of the, well, it keeps the paints reasonably soft and workable. Now, no need to stretch your paper. Just we'll get that off. Take the clips off one side. Pull it tight. Oops. And now the paper's lovely and flat. So while the paper has got this shine on it, you can paint into it. So we'll get some nice raw sienna, which is a good warming colour throughout the paper. So look, just go all over it and just pick up some more. At this stage, if you want to add some more colour, you can. If you want to do some water, paint the water same time as the sky. I'm going to put a bit of red in there. I quite like it. It all dries a lot lighter, but the paper's still nice and moist. It's when the shine starts to go off the paper, you have to leave it alone. So do all your wet in wet work at the beginning. I'll just give that a reclip. It'll stay like this for a couple of minutes. That's why my skies seem to be a bit skimpy, because I always paint into wet. You don't have to. It's a different technique painting dry, much more difficult. So we'll have got a nice bit, loosen up a bit. Make that a bit darker. I'll just get one of these bit of that in. And now if I put water in, I'll just get that in. Right, now, okay. Now at that stage you can put trees, masses in, but it will bleed into the surrounding wetness. Or do what I do is, well, let's do a bit of wet. It's a little bit too wet really. Well, let's put some distant hills in. Remember, it all dries about 50% lighter. Okay, so this will all go very pale. Nice horizon there. If you're a bit worried about horizons, draw a line, but faint. I'm mixing a bit of Payne's grey with blue, and we can put some trees in. But you need thicker paint, otherwise it will just bleed into nothing. Okay, now they're still soaking wet, and you'll find with a bit of luck that will bleed into the water and give a sort of reflection. Look nice and thick. Try and get nice shapes for your trees, your distant trees. Okay, I usually dry the paper at the sky and water stage. Let's just take that off the bottom there. Now, what you'll find with these quality papers is that the red and the blue will, as it dries, it will start to separate, and you get this lovely granular effect. You don't get it on the cheap papers so much, and most of the paper I use is cheap, Fabriano studio paper, but this is good stuff. Now I need to just change the shape of that a little bit. It's a bit naff. Okay, now we've got all that lovely paint, all nice and soft, look. We've lost it in the background, but I might do something to that when it's a bit dry. Oh, it's still wet. Let's go over it again. See what happens. Right, well, we've got something going on there. Now, while it's a bit wet, I'm going to put a bit of foreground in, I think. As it dries. So we'll warm it up, the colour, a bit of red, a bit of burnt sienna, a bit of blue, and we'll put in a bit of an island here. Oh. This is the Ron Ranson medium hake. Okay. A bit of darker stuff there, so a bit of green, bit of yellow. Nice and, well, bit of burnt sienna. No, so the Payne's grey is a very good mixer with burnt sienna. Not sure whether the paper lifts out very easily, I can't remember. I haven't used a lot of this for quite some time. Right. It's a lovely thing about watercolour paper. There's so many different ways to handle it. Okay, I'm not sure, but I'm going to try to, I'll let that dry for a little bit and I'll try and ease out some rocks. Now let's go down here. Warm colour. Just a bit thicker colour. That's a bit right, okay, that's alright, it's a bit dark. Okay, let's just reclip. I remember when I started watercolour painting about 50 years ago. I was in my 20s then. Most books on on techniques of painting were American. Till Rob Manson came along and some others, Fletcher Watson and Campbell Smith, fabulous artist, watercolour painter anyway, airbrush. Most photographs in the books were in black and white, which wasn't really very helpful. Right, I've got my bit of card. Let's see if it'll scrape. Yeah, a little bit, yeah. It's a bit wet, it'll fill in. Made a bit of a muck of that. Right, let's just go over here, see. No, it's too dry. I mean too wet, sorry. I'll just improve that a bit. Right, okay. I'm going to dry that off now, I think. So have a hairdryer handy. And we'll give that a dry. Now look at that, see the granulation there? I've covered up some of it there. But you can see why I painted the bottom at the same time as I painted the sky. It's because it sort of reflects, so I could put a bit of dry brush on there later. Just a few random bits. That's better. Yep, it does. The first time I ever saw lifting out rocks or texturing large rocks was John Darlison. Marvellous painter. I've got a demonstration that he did. It's full imperial. Paint a bit with the taking up into the water. Okay, carry on. Right, we've managed to avoid any cauliflowers. You know, those horrible oasis bits that can ruin a watercolour. Clean the brush. I'm going to start to add a bit of texture now, and a little bit of illusion of detail. So let's get a bit of nice green. I'm just really struggling getting that to loosen up, this cade yellow. I'm just trying to show a little bit of texture, bit of reflection. Probably a bit dark in there. What you put up. Right, well that didn't work. Right, now let's get some bit of autumny colours in here. A bit of light. Just a bit of a bush on there, or two. Payne's grey is very, very useful, but use it in conjunction with other colours, otherwise it can deaden a little bit. Very, very light touch, like just a touch. Okay, that'll do. Now we need a bit of a bush on here, just to balance. A few grasses going up here and there. But enough of that. I won't use a rigger. I'll just try to do it all in one brush. I'll have to just dry these little bits here. Then we'll sort out something on the background. And what we've got cool colours, very cool, coming forward into warmer colours. Warmer colours give the impression of perspective, aerial perspective. Warm colours come forward, blues and greys go backwards. Right now, so it's just a little touch there. I like mixing burnt sienna with my Payne's grey. Don't want to put too much in this. A bit of reflection, look. Right, okay. I'm going to use a little brush and a bit of tissue. Just to you need the dark spots to do this. Just loosening the paint a little bit to give a bit of an impression of yachts. Put one here. I don't do boats. I'm a landlubber. If I lived near the coast, I would spend more time studying them, and because they're wonderful things to texture a landscape with. Okay. Okay, put a just adding just bits and pieces. Right, I'll get another brush now. Whoops. Okay, well that'll do. Right, that'll do. I'll put a bird in, because I always do. If I don't, somebody will complain I haven't put a bird in. Okay, so put maybe a couple of ripples across here. Always sign your work. Now I'll put a mount on it. So I've done all that with the hake, and just a little bits for the fiddly bits at the end, the little brushes. With my tape. Well, there we are. Let's wind it up a bit. Alright, it's quite a simple one. No detail, just an illusion of detail, just suggestions. It's all suggestion. The brain, there's a bit wrong there. The brain sort of connects the dots, so to speak. So simple, yet profound simplicity. I hope you like it, folks. I hope you get something from it. I'll call it a basic watercolour wet in wet painting. See you soon. Bye bye.